quick video on how to replace these Toyota Tacoma FJ Cruiser GX 470 4Runner front wheel bearings. You can buy these as a complete unit, but they usually just put really cheap bearings in there and they go bad within a year. So they sell Sequoia made in Japan wheel bearings separately, but it's an absolute pain to separate them, especially if you don't have this massive bearing splitter that costs a lot of money. So what I've done is I just use an angle grinder. So I just cut a slit through the entire wheel bearing, and then I'm gonna use the backside of one of these ball peen hammers here, and I'm gonna smash this end with another hammer and it should pop it out. So that way you can do this at home if you still have a shop press. So I've rigged up this 2-jaw puller and just this scrap piece of steel, and this should pull the bearing off the spindle. If you don't have this tool, you can just use an angle grinder and cut another slit in here and crack the bearing and then just pull it out by hand. And then with the new bearing, don't forget to install these seals before pressing in the spindle. Also, don't forget these bolts, because you won't be able to throw them in after you press the spindle in. Things don't always work as planned. So the puller didn't work. It just pulled on the cage and exploded all the bearings. So I just cut a slit with an angle grinder, making sure not to hit the spindle. And then I'm just gonna air hammer this piece off. And just like that, we got the spindle separated. This will just pop into the wheel bearing. So you'll need some kind of shop press for this step. As you're applying pressure, make sure you spin the bearing. That way you know nothing's getting binded up, and support the bottom of the bearing. That's it. So we got the wheel bearing assembly all put together with a genuine Sequoia OEM wheel bearing. Just gotta slap this O-ring on and then boom, onto the steering knuckle.